Hey everyone, several weeks ago I was dropping my oldest daughter off to school, and she just turned 4 years old, by the way, so she is 4 and sassy. But we have this same conversation every single morning. I look at her in the eyes and I say, Everly, you're gonna have the most amazing day at school today, and you have nothing to be afraid of because Jesus is with you. And don't forget, you are a leader. So this particular morning, she looks back at me and she says, so Dad, how can I be a leader at school? So I say to her, well, honey, when you're playing with your friends, a leader always makes sure that no one gets left out, that everyone gets included, that everyone gets to play as well, because it doesn't really feel good to be left out. So that was it. Now, several days go by and I'm picking her up from school in the afternoon, and we're in the car on the way home. And she says, Dad, you're going to be so proud of me. And I say, well, why so? And she says, you're going to be so proud of me because today I made sure that no one got left out. And I told my friends, we don't leave anybody out. She's 4 years old. And here's the thing. We're all called to be leaders because we all have influence in the home environments, in the work environments, in the life environments, in the family environments where God has called us and placed us in. We all are leaders. And everybody around us gets better when the leader gets better. So today, I want to give us 5 tips on how we can lead with grace. And it comes in the form of an acronym for the word grace. So G simply stands for generosity. And one of the easiest ways that we can be generous as leaders is with our words. Now the question is, are we quick to affirm, to celebrate, to encourage others, or are we quick to criticize others? That's the question. I love how Ephesians 4 verse 29 puts it. It says this, let no unwholesome talk come out of your mouth, but only what is helpful or useful for building others up. See, leaders who lead with grace, they're generous with their affirmation and praise and encouragement. They're quick to build people up. Now, R stands for respect. Respect is when I treat you with dignity as someone like me who is created in the image of God. That your worth is tied to the fact that you too, like me, are created in the image of God. And one of the easiest ways to express respect is to give others the benefit of the doubt, to always believe the best in other people, to put aside any sort of prejudgments about someone else. That's how we respect other people and lead with grace. A stands for action. The thing about leaders who lead with grace is that they're not passive. They're people of action. They stand for what's right. They stand for their convictions. They stand for the truth. And they're always quick to share the credit with other people. C stands for compassion. Compassion is more than just, I care about you as a human being. That's the baseline, and we're all called to care for one another as fellow human beings. Compassion is when I take it a step further, and I care for the things that you care about. I care for the things that your family cares about, that your kids care about. I love how Colossians chapter 3, verse 12 puts it. It says it this way, clothe yourself with compassion. In other words, hey, whatever it is you care about, I'm going to put that on me. I'm going to wear that on myself, and I'm going to care about it to the same measure that you care about it. That is what compassion is. And isn't that what Jesus modeled for us? It says time and time again in the Gospels that Jesus saw the needs of the people. He saw what they cared about, and he was moved with compassion on behalf of them. And leaders who lead with grace are people of compassion. Lastly, E stands for energy. And this isn't the manufactured, conjured kind of energy. Leaders who lead with energy are people who walk in a room and believe that the status quo won't do, that change can happen, that the impossible can happen, that God could turn things around, not because they're so great, but because the Holy Spirit, who is the great energizer, lives on the inside of them. And he wants to do immeasurably more than anyone could even imagine because he works in them. Acts chapter 1, verse 8 says this, You will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes on you. And you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, San Diego, even, and to the ends of the world. Impossible can happen when you walk in a room because the Holy Spirit works in and through you. So here's my charge for all of us. Let's become leaders who lead with grace today. You can do it.